Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Cosplayers Paradigm. Today, I am joined by the wonderful Flypenny, who's an amazing person to begin with, and the
Aw,
cosplays are on point as well. How
thank
you
you.
doing today?
I am doing as well as I can be. How are you?
About the same. I think with this winter, the way things are going right now, I think everyone's feeling that same way.
I feel that. I feel that. I personally love the winter, but it kind of got me by surprise today. I wasn't ready.
I definitely understand that. Now, for the big question, of course, is in the wonderful world of cosplay, what draw you to this world?
Ah, cosplay. I didn't even know what cosplay was until let me see. Man, it was about 7, 8 years ago. I was watching the old sci-fi channel and putting my age out there, the old sci-fi channel. And but one of my colleagues was on one of their shows for cosplay. I can't remember the name of the show to save my life.
I know
But
what you're talking about.
okay, good. I'm glad somebody knows because right now I was like, what? But I saw him on there. I was like, wait a minute. I went to school with this guy. What in the world? And he ended up winning the whole entire thing. And I was like, "Wait a minute, that is so cool." And at that point, I was like, "You know what? If he can do it, I can do that too. I can do that too." And so I began my cosplay journey 8 years ago, and been on it ever since. And that's kind of where I got my start, officially cosplaying. But I've been doing costumes and things like that ever since I was a kid. Um, I've been in theater and doing plays and things like that, so costuming has never not been a part of my life.
That's amazing. Who would have thought? You just turn the TV on one day and go, I know that guy. What is this?
Right,
you know,
right. It was literally a light bulb moment 'cause I was like, "Wait a minute, is oh, for real?" Yeah, I can do that. I can do that too.
I'm wondering if it's the same one because I remember Sci-Fi had the show. Yaya Han was on there as a contestant. There was another guy that was on there, and he did a lot of like almost like the Tolkien style, where he would
Yeah.
metalwork different pieces, and he had that long hair, and all the contestants on there did so wonderful. It's like, wow,
Mhm.
what is this?
Yeah, it was just amazing to see, the craftsmanship, was crazy. I'm nowhere near that. Like, I've made wings before, but even that, I was like, "Ooh, girl, I don't know about doing this again. Me and scissors are not friends."
Fair
Mm-mm.
enough. I've been there before with a pair of scissors, and let me tell you what, we'll use them, yes, because we need
Oh, yeah.
to. But
Mhm.
if we could use anything else that can cut things a lot smoother and more accurate, yeah, we will.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I was cosplaying as Demona 2 years ago, and I was like, oh, "Okay, we're gonna do this." And then it didn't even occur to me she has wings. I was like, "Oh man, she has wings. Oh, she has wings. Okay, we're gonna make this work." And I did what I had to do. Had a little tutorial and everything, but I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna be making wings again. I don't know. I might. Who knows? Who knows? But as of right now, me and wings are not friends.
That is fair. I actually have a cosplay I want to do later on. Hopefully, I've been thinking about it. Maybe this year I'll do it. Um, are you familiar with the show Venture Brothers?
Yeah, I am. I've never seen it, but I've heard of it.
Okay, so in the series, the main family, of course, the doctor, his kids, bodyguard.
Mhm.
Well, he technically has an arch nemesis, which is kind of a running joke, more of a "Who are you again?" Oh yeah, whatever. Well, the arch nemesis is he's called the Monarch, and he's got
Mm.
henchmen that are all like dressed up in yellow and black outfits with butterfly wings.
Oh wow.
And um, one of the characters in there, I mean, there's two of them that are reoccurring. They actually have major talking roles and so forth. But later on in the series, one of them, the heavier set one, he comes back and he looks more rugged. He's got like extra pockets, more like Rambo, and
Mm.
he ends up going up against the main bodyguard, Rock Sampson, for the second time. The first time he gets whooped in like a half second with a pinky, just like you're done.
Oh wow.
And now he comes back again, and it's like, dude, this guy had a glow up. Now he's going toe to toe with him right there, and he's got his respect. I want to do that. I want
Absolutely.
so,
Man,
but
yes.
I think it would just be a fun one, because everyone does that in the Monarch, Doctor Girlfriend, the others. But I have not seen this agent version where he's the more rugged. I've seen things. So I was like, yeah, I want that.
Absolutely. Go for it. Do it. Do
But
it.
it's like you said, wings.
Yeah, whew, wings. Whew. Takes a real special person to be that crafty. I mean, I am a crafty person, but I'm the other side of the crafty where it's like if I don't have to use scissors, it's not happening.
Oh
Like,
yeah, completely understand that right there. So when it comes down to it, let's see, what kind of cosplays do you have planning on for 2026?
oh, see, I have no idea. I have no idea. Oh, you know what? I'll take that back. I just lied. I know of one. So I have every year I have a cosplay goal of a particular character that I'm going to cosplay, whether it's in the fall, spring, summer, winter, whatever. Um, this particular year, 2025, life has been lifing, and I haven't had opportunity to work on my goal cosplay for this year. And so I literally, before I even came on here tonight, I was literally thinking about it. I was like, I'm going to have to move my goal to next year. And in that moment, because I work with kids a lot, and so I basically teach them about what I do and use real life experiences to help them navigate life. So, because I know, a lot of people are like, oh, you got to reach your goals, you got to reach your goals, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. And the reality is sometimes you're not going to reach your goal, and you have to be okay with that. In that amount of time that you have, you're like, well, I didn't reach that goal, but I'm going to continue to keep pushing towards that goal. So next year, I am going to be cosplaying as Luna from Yu-Gi-Oh. She's one of the on the cards. Yes, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. When I saw her, I was like, "Yo, she's it." Like that's it. So that is I know of that one so far for 2026. Now, before I started doing a lot of collabs,
Hmm.
hosting collabs myself or joining in other people's collabs, I have a spin wheel of characters, um, about maybe 100 characters or so that I just like push it. I was like, okay, which character am I going to be for this month? And I would push it. But I haven't really had an opportunity to do that because I've been in so many collabs over the past 2 years. So every now and then I like look at my collab list and be like, well, I can't do anything on my spin wheel this week because I got a collab due. So hopefully next year I will bring my spin wheel back out and bring out some of the characters that I really want to do. So yeah.
There you go. I love that idea. I've actually got a spin wheel on my phone for
Mm,
if I'm doing an interview with someone and they don't know what they want to do, or I'm not sure about that. Maybe I'll do a picture. Well, they can spin the wheel if they want, and maybe it'll be do a pose with me, do your character and like a line from your character, stuff like that. But
yeah, that's helpful for sure.
it is, but it's surprising how little I've been able to use it because either people just jump right at it and I don't get a chance to bring it out, or I forget.
I understand, but that's really cool that you're, being helpful for people because I know sometimes, taking pictures and when you're already in character and things like that, you already got all the adrenaline because you're excited to be there. You're like, oh, I can't wait. Then someone's like, oh yeah, pose with me. You're like, oh snap, what pose? Uh, 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 Then you start panicking, like, oh. But then there's people like you who are like, oh, you don't have to worry about that. Here's a spin wheel of options that you can do. Kudos to you, because man, sometimes I be blanking out.
I'm usually the one who blanks out, but surprisingly, everyone else that I've met so far, they've had their pose set. They've got all this situated. There's a couple of cosplayer friends of mine that have blown my mind. One of them, she literally can get into a pose regardless of what her character is, no problem. It's
Mm,
just like it's effortless. And the other two, they're best friends, and they basically wherever they go, it's a tandem. It's very
mm,
rare that they ever go by themselves, but no, they found a thing on Pinterest that has all these different poses, and they're like, "Oh, let's
mm.
go and do this one," and all of a sudden you get the, and they're
Yeah,
wow. So
yeah.
I'm learning a lot from them and trying to take in a little bit more to help out.
That's cool. That's cool. It's funny that you even say the things about the poses because, as I said before, I'm in theater, and so I'm used to doing poses. Like I have no problem doing it in theater at all. Like when I'm in character in whatever role I have. But for some reason, sometimes when I'm out and about in cosplay, my brain is not there. Like I
Mhm.
guess I just want to enjoy the moment, And so I'm like, okay, I got to work on that because I'm like, okay, think about the pose that you want to do. Okay, cool. Think about it, whatever. But I just wing it as much as I can.
Definitely, I think that would actually be a fun panel to do. The posing etiquette of cosplay. You know, the
That would be
deer in the headlights look. The
right. Mhm.
but
Yeah, that's actually some of the exercises that we do. In theater and stuff. We do emotions, and so we have to make our face like look sad, look angry, look scared, look frightened, look surprised. All those things. So
mhm.
you just reminded me to bring that on over here, but in the pose realm.
It's funny how certain things correlate together like that. Especially in cosplay to real world to acting. It's oh, two sides of the same coin with a little bit of extra.
Hmm. Yeah, a little bit of extra, a little bit of sauce, a little bit of
Yep,
sauce.
I like that. Now, out of all the cosplays you've done, what would you say is your favorite?
Ooh, to date.
Yeah,
Ooh, man, that is such a hard one.
yeah.
Uh,
But compared to my list, compared to yours, is nowhere near as big. But even then,
oh
it's hard to choose as well.
man, I'm gonna go with. Hmm. Okay, I'm gonna go with the Joker. I'm gonna go with the Joker. Um, I'm gonna go with the Joker, and I'll say that because I've always wanted to cosplay or dress up as the Joker, but I had always been afraid to do so, um, because of the whole color issue, me being black and everything. And, I was like, I don't know about that. But when I was younger, I was really concerned about that type of thing. But now that I'm older, like I said in the previous podcast that I was in with you, I'm to the point now where it's like I'm gonna do what I want to do, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And so this year, I was able to move past my fears of all the negativity and all the things. I said, you know what, I am going to be Joker. And the feedback that I have gotten when I did it, oh my gosh, everybody loved it. Like everybody loved it. I was like, "Oh my gosh, you stepped right out of a movie." I was like, "Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you." I was so nervous about doing it, but not only because of that part, but also because it was my second, no, third time working with body paint and stuff like that. I don't have a steady hand when it comes to doing stuff on my face. I'm partially blind, so I wear glasses most of the time in my real life. And so doing makeup and stuff like that, I really wanted to be careful. But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make it do what it do. Yeah, yes, right here, right here, right here. I actually have 12 pairs of glasses. That's a whole nother story for another time. But I was so nervous about doing the Joker. One because of the race thing, and then another thing because of the makeup and how not steady my hands were going to be. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to focus because my focus is different this year. I'm going to go ahead and do it. And I did it. And I was very, very proud of myself. I was like, yes, I actually did it. OMG. And it actually looked good. Because the last one that I did, I was so nervous. I can't remember the character. Um, but she was from Star Wars. She was purple off of like Visions. I can't
Okay.
remember her name. She had like a wide brimmed hat and everything. And she was helping the villagers about something. But my favorite color is purple. So I was like, I'm doing her, and I did not like how it turned out. I posted it anyway, and I made mention of the fact that, I don't like how it turned out, but I'm posting it anyway just to put it out there to let people know, you don't have to be perfect, you know, and it's okay to mess up and everything and not even like the product that you worked really hard on.
Hmm.
And again, I work with kids, so I use it as an example of, putting it out there anyway. Like, okay, I did it. Now we can move on instead of being like, oh, I'm the worst person ever. This is just so bad. No, no, no. It's okay. You did your best. Leave it alone. Who knows in the future? I might try to, re cosplay this person again. I don't know. I might, but we shall see. But back to your question, Joker probably would be my absolute favorite up to date.
That is just awesome.
Mhm.
I've had people talk about where they've dressed up as the Joker or they've done other things, but you're the first to actually say that was their favorite. But your reasoning for it, your passion behind it, is just love it, you know.
Yep. Yeah.
And I have to say, I mean, there's a lot of characters I like. Don't get me wrong, but Joker is going to be one of my favorites. And it's not about just how he dresses, the aesthetics there. Growing up with the Batman animated series, Mark
Yes.
Hamill's voice was
Yes.
so. Oh, I spent years trying to do his voice, and
Mm.
I'm close. I'm
Okay,
close.
let's see. Let's see what you got. Come on. I don't mean to put you on the spot, but come on, come on, come
Fair enough. Fair enough.
on.
Well, Flypenny, let me ask you this: the Joker that you went ahead and did last time, was it the Heath Ledger, the other one, or was it the Jack Nicholson style?
Mm. The laugh. Oh my gosh. It was the laugh that sold me. Oh my gosh. 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 I love that. Oh, I'm gonna answer your question too to that. So actually it's a piece of almost all of them. Plus um Stray Kids. I don't know if you know who Stray Kids are.
Okay.
So, Stray Kids is a K-pop group that I've been listening to, and they have this one song called Maniac, and it talked about basically having a screw loose. And as soon as I heard it, it was literally in the summer. This summer, I heard it in the summer. I said, "That's the Joker. I'm doing it. I'm doing it." And then I was like, "I'm making a collab called Villains Only." And I'm doing the Joker. And that's literally what I did this past October. And so I was looking at some of Stray Kids music videos and what they were doing and like their aesthetic and what they were wearing. And actually one of my the costume that I have is based off of one of the singer's outfit that he was wearing. But I was like, oh, I can kind of see where they did that. You know, he had like this beanie on. I think he had like a green beanie and like this jacket and some shorts and like some long socks and some shoes, like some tennis shoes and stuff. And I was like, oh, I can turn that into Joker style, but turn it into like the purple and green with the clothes that I already have. Like the only thing I actually had to get were like the socks and like the purple shorts. I had everything else. And so I was like, yo, I'm going to do a piece of this and do a piece of that. And man, I was just so happy that it turned out so well because I wasn't sure, but it turned out really well. But when you did your Joker for Mark Hamill, listen, let me tell you something. I love Mark Hamill. I love him. I love him. I love Mark Hamill. And I posted something on his Twitter years ago.
Mhm.
And I basically told him, I grew up watching you, from Star Wars to, hearing you voice the Joker, and you're like my favorite. And he actually commented on my Twitter, and right now my brain is so fried, I can't even remember what it was, but I took a screenshot of it, and I was like, I'm using this forever. Mark Hamill, talk to me. He knows who I am. Oh my gosh. Like that part, but when you did that Joker laugh, my brain immediately went into nostalgic mode, and I saw one of the episodes in my head.
I appreciate that. I'm still trying to be a little quiet because I'm in a place right now where there's other people in the other room. They
I
were actually knocking
understand.
at my door trying to talk to me, and I felt bad because I couldn't answer them.
Eep.
But yeah, when I can actually be louder and I can emphasize it better, it goes a lot easier. But
Oh,
it's something I've been wanting to do for years is to be a voice actor. So
yes. Go
here I am,
for it.
a podcaster, a cosplayer, a a voice actor. Maybe that's next on the list.
Absolutely. Do it. Do it. Do it.
Well, that's what we're going for. First, the beginning of the year, there was actually a con in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, that had a voice acting competition,
Mm.
and I saw that and it was like, wait a second, something else just changed. Then this pops up right afterwards. This is almost telling me I need to do this.
Mm-hmm.
So I drove myself all the way over there and I entered. Waiting for it, I went and met celebrities and I got to see um, one of the voice actors that was there. He was the only one I went to, and it was the
Mm.
original voice actor and from Lupin the Third as Lupin.
Oh my
So
goodness.
Tony Oliver was there, and we're
Mm.
talking, and I apologize. I was like, "Well, I'm gonna have to get going because I have to head over to the voice acting competition." And he goes, "Oh, you mean the one I'm running?" And I was like, uh,
It's like,
yeah. Oh,
yeah, that one.
so he gave me a few tips, which was nice, but I sadly didn't make it to the top 10. Which
Wow, that's
is
all right.
okay, but I still did it.
That's
Got a few
right.
people in the audience who clapped their hands and loved what I did, but yeah, and the person who took home second place, I'm actually friends with now.
Oh,
So
come on. That's
hey,
what's
it
up.
works.
Absolutely. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Yep, they went ahead and they cosplayed, and they did a great job. They're a fun cosplayer, but their voice was on point. And are you
Mm.
familiar with Sword Art Online?
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. I watched the anime. Oh my gosh.
Okay,
Yes.
so in the anime, do you remember the part where Asuna, she's talking to the black fighter,
Yes.
the one in black under the tree, who has this
Mhm.
special combo.
Mhm.
Well, that conversation that they were having before the fight started, of the, these are the rules and all that. She did, and it sounded just like the other warrior.
Oh my goodness.
I was literally
Wow.
looking at that, listening to it, going, "Oh my god!"
How is this happening?
Here's the funny part: they never saw that scene.
You know what? And that's good acting.
Yep,
That's good natural acting. I love
yep,
it. Natural talent. I love it.
definitely. Which I'm hoping that they actually pursue it more because I was blown away. They got second. The other guy, he was literally in theater for so many years, so he
Mm,
literally sounded like he was on Broadway when he emphasized his character, the sound,
mm.
the bravado. So yeah, there was no beating him. I was like, no. But honestly, it felt like this should have been for amateurs, not professionals. But for all we know,
Mm,
he was an amateur, but he did not
mm.
sound like one.
Hey, hey, he
But
came
that's
with it.
yeah, he did. But that's the beauty of the cons right here. You have contests like this for cosplay. You have voice acting. You have voice actors. You have artists. Who knows what you're gonna find at a con?
Mhm. Mhm. You literally never know. Like I've done a few voice acting things in my time. I did like a video game for like a indie company back when in my early 20s. I was super excited about that. I was like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm doing it." But I've done some stuff over the years and everything, and I'm trying to get back into it now. But life be lifing, and I'm like,
Yes.
I'm gonna put a pin in that, and I'm gonna get back to that. But that's probably going to be one of my goals for 2026. To get back into voice acting and recording and things like that. So we're gonna see
Well,
what 2026 has for me.
well, I will put it out there now. If you want to collab on something, a duet or anything, please reach out. I am glad to go ahead and help out.
Oh, yes, let's go. Let's go. And I'll say the same for you. And I'm putting this out there. I'm writing right now a drama podcast. I'm working on some stuff. So, yeah, I've gotten into drama podcast stories and things like that. So, I'm also a writer too. Love writing. And so I'm working on some stuff right now. And so I'm literally letting everybody know, hey, this is what I'm working on. Don't be surprised if I reach out to you to say, hey, I'm having auditions. Would you like to read a couple lines? That type of thing.
Oh,
So I'm really
absolutely.
excited. Really excited. So it's out there.
Hey, I understand
Push.
how that goes. I've I've been looking at creating panels to go ahead and go to a con. And doing other things as well, looking at new cosplays for the upcoming year. But inspiration hit when someone asked me, would I marry them? So of course I was like, yes, absolutely, honored. I couldn't wait to go ahead and write up, the vows. I mean, not the vows, but the whole, ceremony. And while doing that, I don't know what it was. Like I looked at something and it clicked. I already wrote out at least two comic books worth of dialogue and imagery with over 12 different characters, a backdrop, superpowers, everything. It's like I just need an artist to collab with, and maybe actually
Mm,
get that out there. But yeah, so I get that. It's
that
fun
is so
about the
cool.
ambition.
Yes, yes, yes. That is so cool. Oh my gosh. Yeah, there's so many artists out there nowadays, and and this is real controversial because I know a lot of artists are like really fighting with AI right now.
Hmm.
And so it's like I remember when it first really got really, really big, whoever was running AI was sampling other artists' work and putting it into their program. And artists were like, yo, that's my little thing right there. Like, y'all can't, you can't do that. And so I really feel for the artists and everything. And literally almost everybody dealing anything with AI, like it is crazy nowadays. Like I even was in a collab not too long ago and someone had to mention don't use AI. And I was like, wow, is that where we are now? Is that where we are now? Like it's absolutely crazy. And I understand, how some people can use AI to, improve a little something,
Hmm.
but like completely um changing something, you know, for a collab or even for a contest. I'm like, I don't know about that. Like, where's your original creativity? Where is you dressing up? Where is you putting on the makeup? And taking the picture and all that. And I do know that now AI is a form of art, but for me personally, I can't speak for anyone else. It's it's a towing the line type of thing. It's a gray area. I'll say it's a
Yes.
gray area. Because AI can be good at some
Hmm.
points, and then sometimes it's like, you could have did that. Isn't that kind of like cheating? So it's real gray area. But I know
Yep.
a lot of cosplayers who are just adamant, like, no, 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 no. And then there's some who are like, I'm gonna use it a little bit. So it's a
Yep.
gray area for me personally.
I understand that definitely. For me, I've used the AI, but the primary reason why I use it is when I'm putting something together, when I'm writing it, sometimes I go off tangent and
Mm.
the words, the context, it seems a little off. My punctuation, other things, maybe I should use this word instead of that. So I'll literally put it in and say, can you brush this up? Keep it as close to the original as possible, but look for punctuation, look for something else, and it maybe change a word if it actually has more, you know, the correct flow, if you will.
Mhm.
But other than that, yeah, I've used it for art a couple times just to see what it would do, and I'm
Mhm.
not, I'm not 100% impressed. Some of it's interesting, but other than that, yeah. But it's the tools of the world, everything
Mhm.
changes. I mean,
Mhm.
look when pencils were a thing back in the day. Someone said, "Here's an ink pen." Nope,
Mhm.
we're going to do the old way because we can erase, we can do that. Now we use pens. Then you come up with new things, and it's like there's always going to be someone in the beginning that doesn't like it, you know.
Mhm.
But hey, it's part of growth, part of life. So if I don't use it for the wrong reasons, then okay.
That part. That part. That part. That is key. Like AI and a lot of different things that we as creators use is amoral, meaning
Hmm.
that it can go either way. It depends on the user and the intent of the user. So you can't get mad. It's like, oh, AI is just bad, or that tool is just bad. It's like, well, a bad result came from using it, but on the other side, a good result came about using it. So it just really depends on who the user is and what their motivation is behind whatever they're using.
Hmm. You nailed it right there, definitely. But that's kind of like the same thing with the Joker. Is his motivations actually pure evil, or is it actually justified in his own mind?
Man, man, that's
But that's the
ugh.
slippery slope of a topic there. So.
It is. It is like I understand why he does what he does, but at the same time, it's like, dude, that's not right. Like, that's not right. Like, even I can say this: Joker is my favorite villain, and so is Loki. They are my absolute favorites because I understand why they do what they do. Life gave them lemons, and instead of making lemonade, they decided to use poison.
Hmm.
And I can understand that. Like, I love backstories, and I love um, things like that to where I can understand a character, like, how did they become this way? Because almost every villain, they have a backstory. Just like we as normal people, we have backstories, but then one thing, one choice could either make us a villain to somebody or a hero to somebody else.
Hmm.
And so at some points, even people who do the right thing can sometimes be considered a villain because somebody did something that they didn't like, so it got them in their feelings, and they're like, you made me mad. You're the villain in my story. You're like, I didn't even do anything. Like, I literally just walked in the room. You're the villain in my story. What? So, little stuff like that.
So that, not to get onto topic, but just to go ahead and point it out there,
Yeah.
walking into the room and becoming someone's villain, that actually happened to me once. But
Oh, snap.
I will elaborate on that later.
Got you. Got you. I understand it. I
But
understand it.
yeah, now you've had the Joker cosplay, you've had others. The big question comes down to right now with all the different stuff you've done, and by the sounds of it, you've done a lot between collabs and everything. When you've gone to different Comic Cons, conventions, what would you say is your top, yeah, one of your top five favorite memories?
Hmm. Memories, man. Okay. The first time that I went, I didn't dress up at all. I wanted to just experience it as a regular person. Like my brother and I went, um, and I think he had on like a Spider-Man jersey, and I had on like a Superman jersey. I was like, well, I'm gonna wear something, but I'm like, I'm not dressing up as nobody in particular. I kind of want to just see what's going on. And from that, I was able to really experience, what that was like, the long lines, the panels, the the food, the random people, people taking pictures, you know, having to duck from people's, swords, that they're got on their backs and everything. You're like, oh my God, I almost got hit in the face, and they're just walking by and not even realize what's going on, you know. And then the other part that I love is when the kids recognize a character and they get so excited. They're like, mommy, 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 look, can I take a picture, please, please, please? And it's so cute. I absolutely love it. And then when the cosplayer, everybody hears it. It's impossible not to hear a kid screaming, "Oh, look who it is!" And they stop, they turn around, they greet the child, and they're in character, and that just took everything for me. That's like one of my core memories for sure. The very first time that I went, the second time that I went, I dressed up as a punk rock storm, and I was like, I'm burning up. I'm hot. So that day I was really pissed off. I was so upset. I was so hot. And I thought I had made sure to wear something that was going to be breathable, but I am for sure a closet cosplayer. So I the way I dress when I do my photo shoots and things is totally different from the character that I would do when I go out. So I have to from that moment I was like I have to account for that. Like I can't wear what I wear to a photo shoot for me personally. Now so I know some cosplayers can do that, but I like comfort. I don't like being hot. I don't like sweating. I don't like doing all that. And my first experience, I was like, I am so mad. I want to go home, but I paid all this money to be here. I'm gonna
Hmm.
grab something to eat. I'm gonna look at something, listen to somebody's panel, then I'm gonna go home and I'm mad and blah blah blah. But yeah, that was another one. Let me see. You said five. I've only said two. Help.
Oh no, just your top five in general, like one of
Oh
your top five. But um, think about it this way though: you wore stuff that made you upset, as the Storm with the Mohawk, right?
yes, yes.
You literally had life create art to create life by literally having a motivation you didn't know that you gave yourself to embody the character even closer.
Yes. Yes. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Ugh.
So although you were upset, people were looking at you and like, my God, that's the actual storm.
I hope so. I hope so. Like I barely even remember that day. I just know I was upset. I was like, this is bad. And I wasn't like wearing leggings or pants. Like I had some shorts and I had like fishnets. Like I made sure they were big. They had the big holes fishnets. I said I
Mhm.
need some air. I need air. I need air. I need circulation of air. Because I was
Yeah,
not about to pass out. Wearing all black, and it was in the dead of summer. It was like hot. It was like close to 90 degrees, and I was like, "There's no way I'm gonna be passing out. Hydration,
hmm
absolutely not." But I was still upset. But it turned out okay. But
that's good though. No, I definitely know how that feels. I mean, any cosplayer out there has put herself through pain for art, so we get it. But one year, I went ahead and dressed up as Overhaul from My Hero Academia.
ah,
So,
okay,
got the mask,
yeah.
black shirt, coat, you know,
Mm.
black pants, the whole thing. Guess where I was?
Oh no, were you outside?
I was outside
Oh.
during the summertime
Mm, mm,
in
mm.
a parade.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Yes, so I was
Mm-mm.
walking in a parade while dressed as
Mm-mm.
that, while the sun's on me during the
Mm-mm.
summertime. So by the time I got done,
Mm-mm.
everything came off. It
Mm-mm.
was like
Mm-mm.
I was done. But instead
Mm-mm.
of going home, what did I do? I went to the mall.
Of course.
Yeah, but the main reason why I went to the mall is to actually get something to eat. I figured, you know what? They got a food court. It's nearby. I'm going to do that. And what do I see? I see three people who are literally over in the distance looking at me like it doesn't click. And who is it? Three of my friends that were cosplaying with me. And it's like, yeah. So,
Oh.
but that's the thing about memories like that. You can laugh at them afterwards when you make a
Oh
mistake.
yes.
But no, it's definitely wonderful, especially like you said, when the kids see you, they react, and you're just like it melts your heart. You know, you did it for yourself originally, but now you're doing it for other people and spread that joy. You know,
Mhm. Mhm. We need joy now. We need joy. We've
yes,
we've had everything else. We need joy now.
agreed. Although we could go ahead and use a little bit more like food trucks at a cheaper rate. That would be fun.
Yeah, you know what? Joy and food truck. You know what? Joy food truck. That's a business. Somebody go out there and patent that. Joy food
Agreed.
trucks.
But the
Somebody
question
do
is,
it.
what do you choose as the food? That's the big
Mm,
question.
everything, a little bit of everything. Dip in every culture and have a piece of everything so everybody can enjoy it. Don't just have one thing.
I like that. Instead of joy to the world, joy through the world.
Ooh, I like it. I like it. Joy somebody pick this up because I'm
Yep, there
not
you
gonna
go.
do it. I ain't gonna do it. Somebody else do that. That's a whole nother beast. Getting your license and things like that, and contract and dealing with the city and food trucks. Ooh, it's a
hmm
lot. I got a couple friends who are trying to get a food truck now, and
Oh,
just
see,
listening
there
to
you
them
go.
talk, I'm just like, ooh, Lord have mercy. Ain't no way.
Let's see, you got a couple friends that are trying to do it. Now you can toss the idea out at them and see what they do, and then there you go. Then, in a small little corner of their panel right there, you have a picture of yourself with a cosplay name, and it's like silent partner right there. Here's a little bit of kickback, and yep, that was me.
Man, I don't even want no credit in that. I don't
Okay,
want no
there you go.
credit in that at all. Not at all. Somebody else needs to do that. I just want to enjoy the food. I love good food, so
Which
I'm
is
all about
definitely a
that.
fun thing about going to the different cons too. You know,
Mhm. It
some
is. It
cons
is.
some cons are limited where they don't really have much food, but they'll have
Yeah.
snackage. Others will have different things like one of the cons I've gone to recently, they have a booth that has nothing but pickles. And then they
Mm.
have other ones with just fudge, stuff like that.
Mm.
So you know what? Okay, good snackage there. Decent on the food for everything else, but it's kind of well rounded. Then I went to another one earlier this year, and they literally had almost like it felt like 9 different food trucks, but they were indoors. Like little tent setups,
Yeah.
and you had everything from um, Chinese food to barbecue to pizza. And it's like
Mhm.
I'm wearing the wrong thing for this.
Mhm. Oh yes. Oh yes. I had a similar feeling. I went to a Ren fair earlier in the year, and I hadn't been to a Ren fair in a while, and they had changed up everything in the food court area, and they never had a food court the first time I went. So this last time that I went, I was like, "What is happening here?" Like it was like you said,
Hmm.
everything was there. Literally, they had pizza, they had Asian cuisine, they had barbecue, they had regular, good old American food. And I was like, what is happening here at the Ren Fair? But I was so happy and excited to be there. I was like, yep, we're here for it. We are here for it. I'm here for inclusivity of food choices because sometimes it's difficult. I personally have allergies, and so a lot of times I would have to eat beforehand because I don't know what's going to be out there. Um, and unfortunately, there was a cosplayer a couple years ago going to some event, and she had told them in advance that she had allergies
Hmm.
and months in advance, and then called again, within a week or so to remind them, hey, I have an allergy. Do you have everything set? And they were like, yeah. So she ended up going to the event, and they did not adhere to her allergies, and she unfortunately passed away because of their negligence. And from that moment, it really hit home for me. I was like, I have to eat first before I go anywhere because I just don't know. Like, I don't have like a serious allergy like how she did, but at the same time, I still want to be able to function at events that I go to.
Yep.
So rule of thumb now, I don't care if it's a birthday party, any type of event it is. Like I will literally eat beforehand to be prepared. Because some people they'll ask me because they know who I am, and they'll be like, "Hey, we know you got allergies. We prepared something for you." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, you remembered!" And that's rare that that happens.
Yep.
But most of the time, I gotta take care of myself because I hated that I had to learn from that, but from that moment, I was like, I've got to eat first before I do anything, because I don't
Hmm.
know the venue. I don't know what type of food they're going to have there. So it's safest bet is just to eat before I go and then see what they got. And if I can have it, cool. If I can't, I already ate.
Either that, or also go ahead and bring a con buddy with you that's your food taster,
Yes. Yes. Them
because they
too.
if they know you well enough, and they can be like, hold on a second, it's not for you. No.
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. I've had to do that a couple of times with even some of my friends. And I was like, does this have pineapple in it? And I don't know. They're like, yep, there's pineapple in it. You can't have it. I'm like, dang. Okay, fine, fine, fine. Something else, something else. But I'm so
Yep.
used to it now that, it just becomes second nature to just automatically ask. Because I'll be like, hey, does this have XYZ? And they're like, yeah. Okay, never mind. Don't worry. I'm good.
And it's definitely something that we have to think about. We go ahead and go to different cons, and we think, okay, we need a hotel, we need parking.
Mm,
Which cosplay am I bringing? But it's rare that people actually focus on that. Because how many people have you seen that go to the con and they forget to eat, so they're either weary by the end, or you see someone almost passing out. And it's not
mm-hmm.
because they don't have the food there; it's because sometimes we forget, or they just don't have what we like. And
Mm-hmm.
so honestly, I think that's something that people should start focusing on. I know there's one cosplayer out there. I would love to have him on the show, and he said he'd be able to when he's got some free time. So I'm going to reach out to him again. But one of his big things is whenever he posts online, when he does videos, his big thing on there is drink water.
Mm.
And I never thought about that until I started seeing his stuff. And I was like, yeah, I don't do that. I forget about it every time when I'm at the con.
Hmm.
So, yeah.
Yeah, drinking water is so important, in general. But, from a teacher standpoint and from a cosplayer standpoint, it's like water is the enemy because as a teacher, you're like, if I have to go to the bathroom, I have to leave the classroom,
Hmm.
and then I got to find somebody to watch the kids, and then that's the whole situation. In cosplay, if you got all this layers on and everything, oh my gosh, oh my
Exactly.
gosh. It's like I'm not trying to have an accident on the way to the bathroom,
Yeah.
but you have to stay hydrated. And so I keep going back to the stuff that I teach and everything. Like I'm teaching these kids now, if you know you have an event or if you're a speaker, cosplayer, whoever, prepare yourself ahead of time. You need the whole entire week to hydrate, stay away from foods that easily cause your body to, hold on to mucus. That way, you can speak right, your nose is clear and all the things, changing up your diet for whatever event you have to do, is so key. And
Hmm.
it just comes to, knowing yourself. When you know yourself, you can prepare. But if you don't really know yourself, you're kind of just out there and you're winging it. And I'm I'm not winging it like that no more. I'm not winging it like that no more.
Definitely not. No.
Mm-mm.
So we are definitely coming close to the end of the episode. So I've got a nice question for you that I love to ask people. What is your dream cosplay and where would you like to shoot it?
Oh man. Mm. That is such a loaded question.
I know.
Mm.
And the funny part is when you say it, you realize, oh, I've known about this all the time. I don't know why it was hard to remember.
Man, I will say what I would love to do. I would love to be an avatar character.
Ooh.
I would love to be an avatar character, and I would absolutely love, even though, oof, Lord help, I don't want to go to Australia to do it, but the terrain out there is like perfect, you know, for that. Like I love the terrain of Australia and all the things. Like I've seen um different areas out there. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is absolutely breathtaking. Like I would absolutely love to go there, but I'm terrified to go to Australia. I'm
That's fair.
terrified. Them big old spiders out there. I'm like, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. Like I love all my Aussies and everything, but them spiders out there is just we're not friends. We're not friends. We're not friends. But
Now
if
I
I
know
could
it's not,
if I could get over my fear, I would definitely go out there and do that.
now I know it's not the same, but it's a little bit similar with kind of like the deserty style with a little bit of greenery. But you could always go to Moab, Utah too.
Mm, that is
I know it's
true.
not the same. It's got a different color palette to it,
Mm,
but it is
it
similar.
does. It does. Ooh, thoughts.
And it's not very far away.
Mm. But I just want an excuse to get out the country and
That
travel.
that I understand completely.
That I want to do. Definitely Avatar somewhere in Australia, and even you know, ugh, I'll say the discovered places of the Amazon would be great as well. Because there's still some parts where they're like, yeah, we don't go down there. Like, okay, all right,
Yep.
they can have that. There's probably still dinosaurs down there or something. I don't know.
For all we know, maybe they do and they don't want to tell us. But you know what? That's that's good.
It's like, I'm fine. I'm fine. I don't have to go.
Exactly. Now, before we close out this episode, is there any words of wisdom that you would love to give to any of our fellow cosplayers, young, old, getting into it?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm on this harping thing of just doing it, you know, just just do it. And again, I actually got that mantra from Stray Kids. They have a new song that just dropped on the 21st of November, and it's called Do It. And it's everything they do is like so encouraging and empowering and everything. And so I would say that to everybody out there. I don't care what it is. I don't care what people say. Just do it. If you want to do it, cosplay it. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Even sometimes you have to tell yourself to shut up and just do it. Because sometimes your own self can be the enemy.
Yep.
And so it's like, shut up, self. I'm going to do this thing and I'm going to do it well to the best of my ability. It may not look like what everybody else wants it to look like, but this is my creativity. This is my art, and I'm expressing myself. So go out there, express yourself, be proud, do it.
Love it. Couldn't say it better than myself. But you are definitely correct. You are your own worst enemy when it comes down to self doubt for anything, you know. As long as you get around yourself, and like you said, just do it, you'll be
Do
happier in
it.
the end.
Sure will.
Thank you so much. You've been absolute wonderful being here on the show.
Well, thank you for being a great host, as always.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much. And for all of our viewers, listeners, remember, like and subscribe. Leave a comment if you have anything that you'd like to go ahead and say or anyone else you'd like us to collab with. We're always open to new suggestions, definitely. And remember, if you can dream, believe, create. Have a great night, everyone.